Any closed figure bounded by straight lines. Any closed figure bounded by straight lines is called a polygon. Okay. Examples of polygon. A rectangle is a polygon. Let's say triangle is also a polygon. Okay. Let's say a rectangle is a polygon. Okay. And you can have a figure with 5 sides. It's called a pentagon. This is also a polygon. Okay. All these are polygons. Triangle is a polygon. A number of sides of the triangle is how many?
3.
So 3.
So 3.
For a rectangle,
4 sides.
number of sides is equal to 4. For this pentagon,
5 sides.
So 5 sides.
number of sides is 5. Okay. So the number of straight lines that form the polygon, that form the boundaries of the polygon, are called the sides. Okay. So what are the sides of polygon? The number of straight lines forming the boundaries of the polygon are called its sides. Okay. So sides of a polygon. A triangle similarly has 3 straight lines forming the boundary. Rectangle has 4 straight lines forming the boundary, and pentagon has 5 straight lines forming the boundary, and so on. Okay. Next, we define what is called the vertices of a polygon. What do you mean by vertices? The points where the sides intersect are called the vertices. Are called its vertices. Okay, so for a triangle, how many vertices? How many vertices? 3 vertices. One vertex, 3 vertex, second vertex, and this is the third vertex. Okay. So number of vertices in a triangle is equal to 3. So this is a vertex. This is a vertex because see, 2 sides are intersecting, and this is also a vertex. Okay. Let's say for a hexagon. Hexagon means a polygon with 6 sides. Okay. How many vertices? There are 6 vertices. right? So number of vertices is 6 for this. Okay. How many vertices does a rectangle have? How many
Sir, 3.
vertices? Rectangle 3 vertices.
No, sir,
Sir,
4.
four, sir.
Oh,
Four.
Sir, 4.
Vertices.
Rectangle has 4 vertices. Okay. Okay. Next, what we define is something called as the diagonals of a polygon. But before diagonals of a polygon, we define something called as the adjacent sides of a polygon. What do you mean by adjacent sides? Okay, the
so you
sides.
will send this PDF?
Yes.
So you will send this PDF?
No, I don't have the PDF. You have to make this thing from the video only. I don't have the PDF for this. So no notes, ready notes for this. Okay, so you'll download it later on from the YouTube video and you can make the notes.
Okay,
All the
sir.
figures need to be drawn in scale and pencil. Okay, all the figures that you draw should be drawn in scale and pencil.
Yes, sir.
Adjacent sides of a polygon. Now, what do you mean by adjacent sides? The sides of a polygon which have a vertex in common, which have a common vertex, are called adjacent sides. Of the polygon. Okay, so let's start with a very simple figure to know what the adjacent sides are. Let's look at a triangle. So let us call the vertex A, B, and C. Okay, so what are the adjacent sides in these? If you see AB and BC, they have a common vertex B, right? So therefore AB and BC are called adjacent sides. Okay. If you see BC and AC, they have the vertex C in common, right? So therefore BC and AC are adjacent sides. Okay. Also, what you see here is that the side AB and the side AC have a vertex A in common. Therefore, AB and AC are called adjacent sides. Is this clear? Definition of adjacent sides?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's take another figure. Let's take a pentagon. Okay. So which sides are adjacent in this? If you see B, what are the sides? AB and BC are adjacent, isn't it? Because they have a vertex B in common. Look at this vertex C. What are the sides? BC and CD are adjacent. D, the CD and DE are adjacent. Why? Because they have the vertex D in common. They intersect at the vertex D. Next, DE and AE are adjacent. Why? Because they have the vertex E in common. Next, AB and AE are adjacent. Why? Because they have the vertex A in common. Okay. Next, let us say a rectangle. Let's say a parallelogram. This is also a polygon. Okay. For a parallelogram, what are the adjacent sides? AB and AD are adjacent.
Yes, sir.
Next, what are the other adjacent sides? Why? Because they have the vertex A in common, isn't it? AB and AD. Next, AB and
Sir.
BC are adjacent, right? Because they have the vertex B in common. Next, BC and DC are adjacent. Because they have the vertex C in common. And what else? AD and DC are adjacent. Why? Because they have the vertex D in common. Okay. Okay. So once we know the definition of adjacent sides, we shall now see what we mean by opposite sides. Okay. Okay, we'll now define what we call as the opposite sides. Opposite sides of a polygon. What do you mean by opposite sides? The sides that are not adjacent are called opposite sides. The non-adjacent sides are called opposite sides of a polygon. The non-adjacent sides are called opposite sides of a polygon. That means very simply, if the sides are not adjacent, then they must be opposite. For example, let us say in case of a rectangle, what are the opposite sides? AB and DC are opposite sides, right? This side and this side, they are opposite, right? Because they are not adjacent, that means they are opposite. What else? This side and this side. These two are also opposite. So if you say AD and BC are opposite sides. Okay. Similarly, for a square, you can have for you can have for a parallelogram also. You can have, okay, for a pentagon. You can
So can we have for a can we have for a triangle?
Triangle. You cannot have opposite sides. Even for a pentagon, you can have opposite side, but there'll be many opposite sides. Okay. So therefore, I'm not writing, but the opposite sides you'll mainly need for four-sided figures. Okay. For example, for a pentagon, let's say. Consider this side, AB. These two sides are clearly adjacent. So what are the opposite sides? This can be opposite. This can be opposite, right? Two sides can be opposite. So what are the opposite sides? CD and DE are opposite to AB, right? So see, if you see, there are two sides that are opposite to the side one single side, AB. Okay. But normally in case of pentagon, we don't consider opposite sides. Normally in case of quadrilateral, we consider opposite. Otherwise, because for higher figures, for figures that have more than 4 sides, it will become more complicated. Because you see, if you see in even in a pentagon, you're getting 2 sides opposite to one side. Similarly, for hexagon, it is quite possible that you will get 3 or 4 sides that are opposite to one side. Okay. So that is why when we talk about opposite sides, we normally talk about um, quadrilaterals. Okay, polygon with 4 sides. Okay, next, once we know all this, we come to the definition of something called as a convex polygon. Now, what do you mean by a convex polygon? A polygon in which all interior angles or each interior angle is less than 180 degree is called a convex polygon. Okay, I'll show you the figures, but let's first define concave polygon, then I'll show you. Concave polygon. A polygon in which each interior angle, at least, not each, at least one interior angle is greater than 180 degree is called a concave polygon. Okay, now let's see what are the examples. Let's say an equilateral triangle. You know how to denote the opposite of the equal sides of a triangle? We denote the if 3 sides of a triangle are equal. This is the way we write it, denote it in the figure. You know this, right?
Yes, sir.
This means all the sides are equal. Equilateral triangle. Is this a convex polygon or a concave polygon? You see each interior angle is what? 60 degree, right? Which is less than
But
180
it's
degree.
convex.
So this is a convex polygon because each interior angle is 60 degree, which is less than 180 degree. So this is a convex polygon. Okay. Let's say an isosceles triangle. These two sides say equal in an isosceles triangle. What kind of a polygon is it? Concave or convex? This is also convex
Sir,
Yes,
convex.
because each interior angle, I don't know the measures of the angles. In equilateral triangle, we knew that each angle is 60 degree, right? In this, we knew that this is 60, this is 60, and this is 60. But here we don't know. But we definitely know that each interior angle is less than 180 degree, right? Each of the 3 interior angles in the triangle is less than 180 degree. So therefore, it is convex polygon. Let us say a rectangle. Each interior angle of a rectangle, you know, is 90 degree, which is less than 180. Therefore, it is a convex polygon. Okay. Let us say this hexagon here. hexagon. What is it? This is a convex polygon. If you see, each interior angle is less than 180 degree, right? Each interior
Yes,
angle is
sir.
less than 180 degree. So this is a convex polygon. Okay. Similarly, pentagon is also a convex polygon. Okay. Now, let us say I have a polygon something like this. What kind of a polygon is this? How many sides
Sir,
does it
it
have?
is a convex.
It is?
Sir, it has 4 sides.
Okay. It has 4 sides. So if it has 4 sides, then it is must be a quadrilateral, isn't it? Yes. If it has 3 sides means triangle, 4 sides means quadrilateral, 5 sides means pentagon, 6 sides means
Yes, sir.
hexagon, and so on, isn't it? You have done all this in class
Yes.
7, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So quadrilateral, but can you say whether this is a convex or a concave polygon? This is a concave polygon. Why concave? Because see, this is one interior angle, right? Another interior angle, another interior angle, another interior angle. If you see this interior angle, this one and this one are each less than 180 degree. But this angle here is greater than 180 degree, isn't it? This angle is the angle that I have marked in cross. If you see, that angle is greater than 180 degree, isn't it? This angle may be
Yes,
say
sir.
around 270 degrees or something. That means this is a concave polygon. Okay. This in fact is called a concave quadrilateral. This is called a concave quadrilateral. Okay. Let us see another one. Let us say a pentagon this time. Okay, so what kind of a polygon is this? First of all, how many sides are there? There are 5 sides. So this must be a pentagon, right? Isn't it? Now, is it a convex pentagon or a concave pentagon?
Sir,
Suppose
it is
this,
a concave.
Concave.
it is
The
concave
concave.
Concave.
because this angle, if you see, is greater than
Like
180
the
degree. All other angles are less than 180 degree, but one angle is greater than 180 degree. Therefore, it must be a concave polygon. In fact, this is called a concave pentagon. Okay, so now you know the difference between convex and concave polygons. Let's now come to regular polygons. Regular convex polygon. This is the polygon that we are going to deal with in this chapter. Regular convex polygon. We are not going to deal with concave polygons, and we are not going to deal with irregular polygons. Okay, regular convex polygon. A polygon is said to be regular if first all its sides are equal, right? Next, all its interior angles are equal. And third is all its exterior angles are equal. Okay. So three conditions are there for you to call the polygon regular. Three conditions. All the sides must be equal. All the interior angles must be equal. All the exterior angles must be equal. So now my question with some examples. Let's say an isosceles triangle with these two sides equal. Is it a regular polygon? Is
No,
it
sir.
it is
No,
not
sir.
regular
No, sir.
because all the sides are not equal. Irregular polygon. Let us consider an equilateral triangle. Is it a regular or irregular polygon?
So
Regular
regular.
polygon.
Regular.
It is a regular
Regular.
polygon. Let us consider a parallelogram. Is it a regular quadrilateral? I mean regular polygon.
Yes, sir.
Why regular polygon?
No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. It's irregular.
It is an irregular polygon because in parallelogram opposite sides are equal. All the sides are not equal. Okay. So therefore it is an irregular polygon. What about a rhombus? How will a rhombus look like?
Irregular, sir.
Rhombus is a regular polygon. Why? Rhombus is that parallelogram in which all the sides are equal. Rhombus is that parallelogram in which all the sides are equal. So this is a regular polygon. Understood? Any parallelogram in which all the sides are equal is called a rhombus. Remember this. We'll be coming back to this. How about this polygon? How about this polygon? Regular or irregular?
Sir, irregular.
I don't know. If I give you all the sides to be equal, then it is a regular polygon. Otherwise, it is an irregular polygon, right? This is a
Yes,
pentagon. Since I have given you all the sides to be equal, then we can now call it a regular polygon. If I don't give you all the sides to be equal, then you will call it an irregular polygon. Okay.
So, sir, if all the sides are equal in a pentagon, then we
Hmm.
call it as a rhombus.
No. Pentagon means penta means 5. Okay. If any polygon with 5 sides is called a pentagon. You cannot call it a rhombus because rhombus has 4 sides. Understood? So you have certain names for it. Okay. Let me just finish this, then I will give it to you. This is hexagon. But suppose if I give you in this hexagon, suppose if I give you these 3 sides to be equal only. Is it a regular or irregular polygon?
Irregular.
Irregular because
Irregular.
only 3 sides I have given to be equal. Okay. Okay. So now let us come to the names of the figures. Normally, let n be the number of sides of a polygon. And when I say polygon, I mean regular for your purpose. Okay. From now on, when I say polygon, I will mean regular polygons. Okay. That means all sides equal. Let n be the number of sides of the polygon. Okay, so when n is equal to 3, let's just write it here. Value of n and name of polygon. When n is equal to 3, what is the polygon? Number of sides 3, we call it a triangle, right? When n equal to 4, 4 sides means we call the polygon a quadrilateral. Yes? N equal to 5, it is called a pentagon. N equal to 6, that means a polygon with 6 sides is called a hexagon. N equal to 7, it is called a heptagon. Sometimes also called as a septagon. Okay? N is equal to 8. It
Sir,
is called
octagon.
octagon. N is equal to 9. It is called a nonagon. N is equal to 10. It is called a decagon. Till 10 sides you will require, not more than 10 sides. Okay. Now with 11 sides, you call it a polygon with 11 sides, polygon with 12 sides, and so on. Okay. But these are special names, starting from n is equal to 3 to n is equal to 10. Okay. So that is what. If I give you n is equal to 3, you will say that it is a triangle. Whether regular or irregular, that we'll see if the number of sides are equal, or if the number of angles are equal, interior angles, or if all the exterior angles are equal, then we'll call it a regular polygon. Otherwise, we'll call it simply a triangle or a quadrilateral or a pentagon. Clear? A very important formula. First one, formula number 1. The number of sides, the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. When I say polygon, you can consider regular also. Okay, I'll be meaning regular polygons from now on. Okay, sum of interior angles of a polygon is equal to 2n minus 4 into 90 degree. Okay, example. For a triangle, what is the sum of the interior angles? You know, you have done this in geometry last year. For a triangle,
Yes, sir.
what is the sum of interior angles of a triangle?
Sir, 60 plus 60 plus 60.
Sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes,
So how
sir.
are we getting this? For n is equal to 3, the polygon is a quadrilateral, is a triangle, isn't it? The polygon is a triangle, right? So we have sum of interior angles of a triangle is equal to, put n is equal to 3 in this formula, 2 into 3 minus 4 into 90 degree is equal to 6 minus 4 into 90 degree is equal to 2 into 90 degree is equal to 180 degree. See, we have got 180 degree here. Sum of interior angles of a triangle. Therefore, you can show from this formula also, you can show that it is equal to 180 degree. What about a quadrilateral? What is the sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral? For n is equal to 4. The polygon is a quadrilateral. Sum of interior angles of quadrilateral. Put n is equal to 4 in this formula because number of sides is equal to 4. 2 into 4 minus 4 into 90, which is equal to 8 minus 4 into 90, which is equal to 4 into 90 degree, which is equal to 360 degree. So you know, for any quadrilateral, whether parallelogram, whether rhombus, whether rectangle, Sum of interior angles you know is 360 degrees. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I will stop here.
Yes, sir.